Good evening. Welcome to my channel. You're reaching Classy Lady. New content reaction channel. 10 weeks in. Welcome over. Thank you for taking time to stop by. If you are new to viewing my channel and you have not yet subscribed to me, hey, please consider hitting the subscribe button. The thumbs up button is the like button. So y'all hit the thumbs up button or double tap the screen, which would be hitting my face. It'll make the thumbs up button go on. Over here, we talk about all kind of stuff. At least I talk about all kind of stuff. I put titles up and just go for what I know. So sit back, relax. You're free to join in the chat, engage in the chat, as long as you're not derogatory, racist, or being insulting to me or the people in the chat. Everybody is welcome. So you can drop down. Either drop down and just start talking, or drop down and wave and say hello if you've never been in my chat before. Hey, Zell. Hey, LaMonica. Good evening, y'all. Got one thumbs up. 5 people watching me so far. Additional people. Hit the thumbs up button, please. That's how I get put out into the algorithm. Put out there into the YouTube land. Most of y'all that come over and support me every day, whether you view for a long time or you here for a short time. Hey, Valentine, baby, how you doing today? You know that normally the first 5 minutes, I just sit back and relax and chit-chat and welcome everybody into my chat. So I make 3 announcements, normally at the 1-minute mark, the 5-minute mark, and the 10-minute mark. After the 10-minute mark, it don't matter if it's one person or a chicken and a butterfly and a bee in the chat. I'm going to start talking because I might be saying something that someone may need to hear. So I don't wait till I get a whole bunch of people, because it's not going to be a whole bunch of people, but there are a lot of people that view my channel. So I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of those that I do have and that are real true subscribers. Hey, Riri, how you doing? I hope y'all had a good day today. I woke up late today, but of course I didn't do anything. Not anything to brag on. I didn't go anywhere. I did get things ready for church for tomorrow. I always plan on going to church, and it depends on how me and the devil fight in the morning. Normally, I win, God wins, and the devil don't make it. But yeah, so it's always a hassle or a tussle to find out what I'm gonna wear for Sunday. Trying to remember what I wore last Sunday, because I don't want to wear the same 2 colors consecutively. Crazy, I know. Then I have to fight with what jewelry I'm wearing with what I have on and a purse. So that's my struggle every Saturday. Sometimes I get it ready way in the beginning of the week, so I don't have to deal with it on Saturday. I told y'all that I probably wasn't going to be on screen today because I was going to shampoo my hair. But it's still slick, and I'll just put a little gel to the side where the glasses are in the morning, and I'll be fine. So I was kind of lazy today, so I didn't do that. So y'all get to see me. So we're at the 5-minute mark again. So I am going to introduce myself. I am Classy Lady. Welcome to my channel. I am a new content / reaction channel. Thank y'all for stopping by, hitting the like button, the thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, coming back. So you hit the notification bell or the bell, you will always be notified when I come on. My goal was to get 500, my first 500 subscribers and 1,500 watch hours. However, you need 4,000 watch hours 1,000 subscribers to even start to get paid on YouTube. So with that being said, hey ADHD, I don't know. Who are you today? Who you want to be today? Who you want to be today, ADHD? You can be anything you want to be on this internet. That's one thing about it. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be the richest person on here. You can be the poorest person. You can be the most famous person on here, or you can be, I'm not going to say a nobody because everybody is somebody. You could be a person that nobody don't know, and you can blow up and go real far on here. So it's whoever you want to be today. It's cool with me. I told you the other day, whichever way the wind blows, it's cool with me. You like it, I love it. You don't like it, well, I don't either. But anyway, so this week I decided on St. Patrick's Day. Hey, Hex Granny, how you doing? I surpassed my 1,500 watch hours that I wanted to get. I doubled that. I didn't know it until I got to hitting buttons and things and going a little bit further, that I found that I had doubled and hit my watch hours. The subscribers, no. I was at 466 on that particular day, which was St. Patrick's Day. But as I don't renege on my word, I said that I would do a drawing, which I did. I treated 3 people to lunch. 2 people got the same amount. The third person got just a little bit extra. And come to find out, it's a person that been watching me, but like we say, sit up in the bushes, on the limbs, in nosebleed section, on top of the roof. They don't really drop down in the chat. But when I got asking those questions and different things, she dropped down in the chat like a vulture, an eagle, swooped up, said what she had to say, swooped down, put her comments, and won the grand prize. Now, ain't that something? So that's why I said that, I'm gonna talk to whoever is listening. It don't matter how many people that's in the chat. So, yeah. Y'all read, hey, Yo-Yo, that girl, y'all read the chat on everybody speaking. I don't go down and read who said what to who. We all grown adults over here. Y'all should be able to look down in the chat, see who's speaking to you. Sometimes people will speak one time. When I go into other people's chat, I will say, hey, everybody. I don't speak individually. I just say, hey, everybody, in hopes that everybody understand that I just speak one time, or I may speak 2 or 3 times, but I do it as a whole. So don't ever get offended if y'all see me in somebody else's chat and I just say, hey, everybody, Maj, chat, squad, whoever. Y'all know who y'all are, and y'all know that I'm speaking. So you don't have to be a part of the squad. You may not be a moderator, but you a chatter. You somebody that drops down in the chat. So I'm speaking to everybody when I say, hey, everybody. Now, when you come over to my chat, that's different. I do try to speak to everybody. So I got one more announcement to make, and I'm going to scroll up to see who all's in here. Make sure I did speak to everybody that has come over so far and dropped in the chat. And I will speak to people as they come in and as I see their name. Hey, LaWanda. So, with that being said, I'm at the 10-minute mark. So I will introduce myself for the 3rd time. I am Classy Lady. Welcome over to my live. Thank you for coming over and taking the time out of your busy schedule to chit-chat with me or see what I got to talk about. If you're new and you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hitting the like button, which is the thumbs up. That's a routine. I'm going to always ask that for new people. Hit the thumbs up button or double tap the screen, which you may hit my face twice, and it'll make the number go up. If you don't drop down in the chat, I don't know you're on. So it's not, I'm not going to say it's not going to matter, but if you don't want to be seen, then I can't see you. But just at least hit the thumbs up button. That would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, everybody can speak to everybody in the chat. My chat is not for 18 or 24 and under. So therefore, everybody should be grown over here. I don't tolerate racial slurs, derogatory slurs, insults to anybody, and especially not me. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. I'm going to say that throughout, because content creators that have 120 and 30,000 people as subscribers, and they may have 1,600 people in their chat, they say it throughout their lives. So I'll be saying it as well. I'm not new. I'm new to this, and I'm going to be true to it. So again, I'm striving to 4,000 watch hours and my 1,000 subscriber count. Okay? So, hey, Lady Justice, no, I'm not monetized, meaning I'm not getting paid. I'm on here right now because I want to be on here. When I get to that point, y'all will know. When I get to another major milestone, I'll have another drawing or 2 or 3. So I put that up there. That was, I don't know if it was ghetto to say shacking. But I want to make sure when I put it up there, I looked it up. So that was a term they used back in the 1900s, and they used that back then in the 60s and 70s about shacking up with somebody. I didn't know nothing about that until I started getting of age and could listen and hear stuff about that. And then now it's not, they don't call it shacking. I guess, I don't want to say it's ghetto, but it's not a term that they use now. As we grow and we learn things, just like when we used to listen to music. I ain't know nothing about no genre. I just learned that yesterday. What genre means? Shoot, we said music. It was pop, R&B, whatever. Now they say what genre of music. And I was like, oh. So I kept hearing people say that, so I had to look it up to see what was what. I didn't know nothing about that. We used to just say music. What kind of music that we like. So now everything, the titles have changed, and names have changed, and things have changed. So the word shacking, which that's so funny to me. That almost sounds like shucking corn. But that's so funny to me. Now, when I looked it up, it's cohabitation. You're cohabitating with someone. Well, my thing is, when I've seen the word cohabitation, a while back, that means to me a roommate. So I guess it then went from shacking to roommate to cohabitation. I don't know what else it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's maybe other names now. But my thing was, have you ever did it before? Whether it was for a short time, long term. Yeah, we live together. That's what it is. I don't know about all that cohabitation and all that. When you say that, I'm thinking cohabitation in a dorm room, for college kids. They cohabitate. They roommates. Yeah, we call it live together. It went from shacking. If you wasn't shacking, you was living together. That was the same thing. So now they try to pretty it up. But it still mean the same thing. Drop a 1 in the chat. Have you ever shacked, cohabitate, lived together, roommate with the opposite sex? Let's put it like that. Or the same sex, but y'all go together. Y'all go together, but you live together. Put my elbow up. I don't want to say yeah, but yeah. I got to be true. I did it for short periods of time. And I want to say maybe, I guess I did it one, two, about 2.5 times. One time, when I found out that old boy was cheating, he didn't know, when we had those little caller ID boxes, them little cute ones, little caller ID boxes, and I kind of knew he was a cheater. Hey, Brown Beauty, I kind of knew he was a cheater, and cause his mama told me. She called me in her room one day and she sat me down. She said, "Baby, I like you. I really do like you." She said, "But you got to watch my son." And I was like, "Watch your son?" She said, "Yeah, he a womanizer." She said, "You too good of a person." She said, "I'm going to tell you, my child is a womanizer. He ain't no good." She said, "You can choose to keep dating him or whatever it is y'all doing, but he a womanizer." So anyway, he had gotten in trouble, and he had come home or whatever, and not right off, but he started, we was cohabitating together for just a short period of time. And, we the first ones to know. We act like we don't know, but when them jokers be cheating, you be the first one getting suspicious. And I had a suspicious feeling that something wasn't right. So I had the call ID box, had two of them. Had one by the phone, and that one was out present. And the second one, I put it behind the sofa. He didn't know it was plugged up behind the sofa. And it confirmed my suspicions. Why every time I come home, it may be before I leave, I may have 25 people that's on there. But when I come home, everybody that got erased off of that. Okay? I let it go for about 2-3 times. Then when I wanted to, like we say, front him or bring it to his attention, he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. I said, okay. I let it go on for a couple of more times. Then after I got tired of him erasing it, I say, come here, let me show you something. I say, move the sofa back. He moved the sofa. I say, what is that? What is what? I say, what is that little box right there? I say, ain't that the same little box that's by the phone over there? He say, yeah. I say, now go look at that box over there by the phone. How many calls on there? It don't have none. That's showing how many people call. I say, well, look down there. Pick that one up. Let's look at it together. And it held a bunch of calls. I say, you see how many calls it say on here that it got? I say, now let's scroll through and look at some of these names on this phone. Oh, I'm detective number 1. Oh, I can investigate some stuff. Let's scroll through there. I don't know this person. Who is that? Oh, I don't know who that is. I say, you do know. Because I asked your mama and your sister and they told me who such and such was. So I busted him. Hey, Lexi Lex. I busted him. That cohabitation, that shacking, that roommate living together, I busted him. So as a end result of that, you got to go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of my house. We no longer cohabitate together. We no longer shack together. We no longer live together. You're going to have to go. Yeah, you're going to have to get up out of here. I told y'all that when put up a subject, I pretty much can add myself to it. I'm not no better than the next person, but when you know better, you do better. I was still didn't know, so years later, I got another cohabit living situation. Uh, you want to be slick too. Hey Jackie, how you doing? You want to be slick too. Uh, one particular time I was out on leave. You were supposed to go look for a job, and you was one of the ones. Uh, this was somebody he was fooling with. That wasn't no friend because he didn't have friends like this. These were not guy friends. These were women friends that you was dealing with. He was a womanizer. His mom told me he was, and so I already knew. And you had a gut feeling that that person ain't doing the right thing. So with my gut feeling, I put my Mr. Magoo glasses on and my Mr. Magoo hat and they say when you look for something you find it. Well, I was looking for it. I was looking for it. And I wanted to have my proof. My proof. I'm not gonna go to you half stepping. When I come to you, it's gonna be 100. Or don't come to you at all. So it was 100. Yeah, woman's intuition. Hey Mimi Four, how you doing? So the next joker, years later, that I call myself shacking, cohabitation, roommating, living together. And this is a no-no. Women, ladies, if you have a car, you have a man that y'all cohabitate together, and he have a car, but he can't seem to keep his car running. Hey Tracy, how you doing? He can't seem to keep his car running right. Don't you let that Negro use your car, or he always getting in a wreck or something like that. Told keep him out of your car, because what'll happen is, and this goes for men with women too. People don't have no regards for your stuff. You can kind of control your house because you're there, or you see things, if stuff get broke, you can kind of control that. But when you let somebody use your car, and it should be written, a unwritten rule that, okay, we together, we live together or whatever. You don't go to no woman house in my car. You don't ride no other woman in my car. You don't do none of this. I didn't smoke. Don't really drink. And I sure don't do them tweeds. So one particular day, you supposed to be going to look for a job. I kept calling you for some reason. I don't know. Let you use my car this one particular time. Something was wrong with your truck. You were supposed to be trying to get it fixed or whatever. So you was trying to go look for you another job, because the job you had, it wasn't really, wasn't pulling in the money like you wanted it to. Okay, no problem. But why you come back to the house when you did decide to come back? Some say go check your car. I waited till he was chilling, relaxing. I got my car keys, and went in my car. First, I wanted to see if I had any gas in my car. You done drained the gas out. No, you didn't bring my car back here empty. Strike one. No, that was strike two. Strike one, you didn't really come back when you say you would. That was strike one. That was the big strike. Strike two, light on my car. I don't ride my car with no light on. No gas light. I don't. Strike two. Strike three, I turn the ignition. I smell some peculiar smelling, odd smelling, some kind of cigarette marijuana. I look on the seat. Oh, you didn't ride. You had my sunroof open and everything. Smoked and blew some ashes. I see some ashes. I picked it up. That wasn't no cigarette ash. So that wasn't no cigarette smell that I smelled. What if the police would have stopped that joker in my car? At that time, it wasn't no you could have 1 or 2 marijuana cigarettes in your pocket in Texas and they don't fool with you. It was you got caught with any amount, you went to jail. You was going to jail. Car was going to be towed. Who was going to have to get it out? Me. Oh, yeah. That was strike 3. So you kind of geeked up a little bit. You want to do some things, and I'm telling you no. I'm going off. I'm telling you no. But you disregarded me. You get on the phone. You talking with your sister. I'm getting madder and madder. Them Aries horns start to come out. They starting to curl like a ram. They start to curl, and this mind got to thinking. I say, you know what? Since you disregarding what I'm saying, you're not trying to hear what I'm saying, maybe you need to go and get up out of here. And you trying to force yourself on me, and I'm not in that mood and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. I'm not the baddest person. I don't involve my family. No. You got to go out of here, brother. So, he's saying, she just mad right now. I say, no. I'm livid. I'm not playing with you. You getting ready to go. I say you have 3 choices. You can leave out in the police car. You can leave out on your own. No, I say the police car, the ambulance, or the coroner's office. Them your 3 choices. Oh, no, 4. I give you an option of 4. You can get up out of here. You can just walk with your own 2 feet and get up out of here. Oh, he thought I was playing. So his sister heard me going off in the background because he had me on speakerphone. And she said, well, let me talk to her. Let me talk to her. No, you want to talk to me because y'all ain't want the dude over there with y'all. That's what it was. I don't want to talk. So I got on the phone with her. Y'all know how we be holding the phone like this. The phone was like this. And I'm looking like this. I say, but did he tell you what he did? Well, now he just said you mad at him. I don't just get mad at nobody. I'll give you chances. You can slap me on this side. You can slap me on this side. You may slap me again. You may slap me again. But the littlest thing may set me off. And when I put my hand and did like that to that ash, that set me off. You got to go, partner. You got to go. So I say, no, he got to go. I say, now I'm tired of talking now. He can freely walk on out the door. I say, but if he choose not to go out the door freely, I say, my phone right now, I said, he can tell you, 911 is already across the screen. All I got to do is hit that button. I said, oh, they'll be coming. So, therefore, he can leave walking. He can leave when the police get here or make him leave. He can leave by ambulance if I don't get him first. Or the coroner's office after we didn't went at it and I done got him. I say, tell your sister what's on my phone right now. He said, oh yeah, she died. She got it up there. I said, where my finger at? I said, this thumb is the trigger finger. I said, I'm going to hit that button. She told me, oh, well, that woman ain't playing with you. You better You better get out of there. You better get out of there. You got a bag? I'm putting my clothes. Yes, sir. I went and got him a trash bag. Start getting your stuff out of my house. I say, and at this point, I'm counting down. You ain't gonna get much longer. You got to go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. He was taking his time. He thought I was gonna change my mind. No, I didn't change my mind. By this time, I got Miss Do Right. I done picked up Miss Do Right. So Miss Do Right and Act Right gonna get you up out of here. Now we cooking now. We cooking because you getting ready to go. I don't know who you think you playing with. I done gave you chance after chance. I done put up with stuff. I done put up with stuff. I'm up to here. And it wasn't just that day. It was just stuff just building up. Building up, building up, building up. We take a lot of stuff. Men and women alike. We take a lot of stuff. And it really shouldn't have got to the point where it was building up. But at certain points, I'm talking to you. Because we what? We shacking. Or we cohabitating. We roommating. Or we living together. So, you're supposed to have some communication going on. Okay. So by that time, I'm at that point. And he knew. I said, okay, you moving a little slow. Okay, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. When he saw me coming out that room and he seen metal in my hand, oh, he grabbed that trash bag and picked it up. That Negro had one tennis shoe on and one tennis shoe off. And he was getting out of there. I had the garage door up. He was getting out of there. I wasn't in the garage talking loud, cursing, doing none of that. My neighbors didn't know what was going on. I hit that garage door, let it up. He was running out. He say, but I need to see if I can put some water in this truck to see if it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? I went in the kitchen, got a pitcher, filled it up with water, still having one hand. I say, get it here. I set it on the cabinet. I say, get it. Say, go put some water in. Hurry up and put some water in there to see if it's going to start, whatever it's going to do. How about it started all of a sudden? I stood in my doorway, the garage door up. He put that hood down. I say, put the picture, just put it on the inside of the door. And then when I thought about it, I say, let me make sure he ain't leaving nothing. Because, you know, people like to leave stuff behind to give them a reason to call you and come back. No, when I came in the room, I saw his tennis shoe. I had to laugh. But you know what I did? I took it and I chucked it out the garage. I say, you forgot one thing. Get your shoe, fool. You should at least took time to put both of your shoes on. I chunked it. And I said, get your shoe, because I don't want no reason for you to come back to try to shack, cohabitate, live together, roommate, none of that. You ain't coming back. Stood in the doorway, waited till his two front tires. The back was already in the street. When them two front tires hit the front, hit the street, I hit my garage door and let it down. I say, you ain't got to ever worry about coming back here. Ain't gonna be no more. Ain't gonna be no more. It ain't gonna be no more, no more, no more, no more. Thank God he didn't have a key. He didn't have the alarm code. He didn't have the garage code. He didn't have none of that. Because, mind you, I was here. I was healing. He didn't have none of that. But you got to get up out of here. Hey, Mocha, I don't know where you're going. I'm not asking you where you're going. I'm not trying to find out where you're going. I don't want to know where you're going. But evidently he didn't go too far. My phone started ringing. My phone blew up that night. I mean, all that day. Because he knew he had messed up. You had a good thing, but you messed it up. You tried to take advantage of me. No, I know I'm a good woman. I don't cheat on you. I don't do none of that stuff. But when you call yourself, you messed up your cohabitation, your shacking situation, your live-in, your roommate situation, whatever you want to call, you messed that up. So you had to go. And I meant that. And I mean, till this day. I mean, it's been time he had called, and he called for some other number, and then I answer. And I may have talked, but I didn't offer you to come back. No. Like the man said, I know you lying. If mama let you come back up in here. No. That's it. That's enough of that. When I tell you I'm at peace right now, that happened years ago. I'm at peace. The next man I meet, if you don't have your own place, you don't have your nice transportation and taking care of yourself, we ain't doing none of that. Because even if we're going to be companions and we exclusive to one another, you may can come over here a couple of nights. I may go over your house a couple of nights. But when we get mad at each other, you go to your house, I stay at my house. Or I come to my house, you stay at your house. I got my own place, you got your own place. That's the way it's going to be. I'm sorry. No more shacking. No more living together. No more roommate. No more cohabitation. None of that. The only way I'm going to stay with a man from this day forward, he's going to have to put a ring on it, meaning he's going to be my husband. He's going to be my husband. No, I'm not dealing with that. So, my other question was, to go to that, how long, drop in the chat a number, how long are you willing, say you want to get married. Okay, we're going to do that one first. You want to get married. Drop in the chat a number. How many years are you willing to cohabitate, roommate, shack, live together with somebody? If you want to get married, in the back of your mind and in your heart, you really want to get married to this person. How long or how many years are you willing to wait before he popped that question, or you decide that you don't think it's going to happen because he's not going to pop the question? How many years are you willing to wait? Mine is 0. Mine is 0 because I done already told y'all just now. Ain't going to be none of that no more. He going to have his own place. I'm going to have my own place. Especially if he don't want to get married. You have your own place. I have my own place. First sign of cheating, it's over with. I can come over here and be at peace. I don't have to argue with nobody. Nobody here unless I pick up the phone and argue with them, or they actually come here and I have an argument. I don't have to argue with nobody. So you wouldn't do more than 2 years. Come on, y'all. I know. Y'all may be married. Y'all still drop down. Y'all was single before. Some of y'all, may have gotten married out of high school. Some of y'all didn't get married out of high school. How many years are you willing to wait to cohabitate or shack up with somebody before you know that they're not going to marry you? Some people do it long term. I know we're not supposed to have a bunch of children and be 20 years. Yeah, 2 years to get to know each other or whatever. But, hey, you could be with somebody 30 and 40 years and still not know them. How many people, men and women alike, may have been married for years and been staying together, like I'm talking about, and turn around and something turns into a domestic violence type thing. You could be with them 10, maybe 15 years. Some type of domestic violence type thing happen. And what's the first thing we say? I wouldn't have never thought he would do something like that. I would have never thought I wouldn't have never thought. I wouldn't have never thought she would have did something like that. You can know a person a long time and still would never think. They can go all upside your head. One day just decide to go off. They might want to be with somebody else and start acting out, going upside your head because they want you to leave or want you to tell them get out or whatever, and you trying to figure out, well, what's wrong with him? Why he doing this? Why he keep going upside my head on Friday nights? And he might want to go to his girlfriend's house. So he start mess with you. And y'all know it. Some of these jokers can start an argument with you so they can go hang out on Friday night or they can go hang out on Saturday. They may come back at a decent hour, but they got to start a fire in order to get out there because y'all might have had something planned and he don't want to do that. He want to do something totally different. They will start an argument with you so that they can leave. When I was married, I told my husband, you ain't got to start no argument with me if you want to go somewhere. Shoot, you grown. Just say, baby, I'm going hang out with the fellas, or I'm gonna go step out for a minute tonight. Or I'm gonna shoot pool. Be grown. We grown. Just say that. And after a couple of times he called himself gonna start some fires with me, and I told him, I said, you ain't got to start no argument to want to go shoot pool or go sit down and have a couple of drinks or hang out a little bit. Just say it. Sometimes I may not like it, but guess what? We don't have to be at odds. Go on, put your clothes on and go where you're gonna go. But I don't want to argue about it. But guess what? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing if I decide to do it. Give me the same respect that I give you. I told you that I called myself helping a friend out. He was out with the husband. She wanted to go out because he was out. I called myself going out with her. Messed up my good raw blue suede shoes trying to get in my own house. I'm trying to help somebody else. I say never no more. They get into it. She on her own. She on her own with that one. I ain't getting into that one no more. Nope. Hey Henrietta, how you doing? Yeah, you don't have to fall for it. Hey, Starlina, if you don't, hey, Glory, if you don't want to, hey, yeah, what happens in the dark comes to the light. Sometimes you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to do nothing. You just sit back and it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Or in the other case, like I said, I wanted to see. So I went looking. Yeah. I went looking. I found it. I found what I was looking for. And I fronted you with it. Because I had all my cards. All my ducks in a row. So when I brought it to your attention, you ain't had nothing to do but either straighten up and fly right or go on. I don't think I'm going to be faithful to you, so let me go on and move on. The door was open. Open the door and let you out. Yeah. But you adored me so much, you wanted to marry me. I said no. Mm-mm. But one thing I can say about the first time that happened to me, nobody could say anything bad about me. Because he put me on a pedestal. He felt that I was an angel. Because I knew how to talk to him. And we talked about stuff. We laughed about stuff. We cried about stuff. But he still was a cheater. But trust me, nobody could say anything bad about me. Even when he moved on, stuff wasn't right, stuff was on his mind, on his heart. He would pick up that phone and call me because he knew I was going to say something soothing to him to make it better. And I wasn't going to take up for him. What did you do? Blase, blase. You wrong. I say, you wrong. You know, I didn't put up with that. What makes you think somebody else going to put up with it? And he would act right for a little bit. He still did the same thing. So I escaped the bullet. I let that bird fly away. They say, what happens? Just like these doves at a funeral. They let them go. If they come back, they your doves. If they don't come back, the 18-wheeler hit them. You see them. They go the other way. They ain't want to be caged up no more. So that's what I did. Let them go. Let them go. It's hard. It's hard. I cried a tear or two or three or four over him because I really loved him. I really did. I still loved him until his demise. But he had other things going on that I was not going to put up with. I was not willing to put up with. So sometimes God send you something, you don't understand it right then. But as time go and you look, you be like, Lord, I dodged the bullet. That would have been ugly if I would have got married to him. Oh my God. Would have had children going on and on and on and on. But he knew I was getting married. He got married. Hurry up and married this girl. The justice of the peace, a month before I got married. Because he couldn't stand for me to get married. You think I was worried about that? Mm-mm. That didn't bother me. He was more bothered by it than I was. And I told him at that time, please don't contact me. I'm getting married. I was faithful to you when I was with you, and you was just a boyfriend. I'm going to be faithful to my husband. So we don't have no dealings. Don't send no smoke signals. Me and his sister was real good friend. Don't send no messages. And I told her, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know what he doing, who he doing it to. That situation was over with. That shacking, living together, all of that was gone. I don't want to hear it. But that's why I say, it's a lot of people that's out here that's still staying with people and in denial. Oh, I don't want to get married. But yet and still, this is what you say. Now, I'm not knocking nobody. You do what you want to do. Not knocking nobody. I'm saying this is to the person that says, well, I don't want to get married. That's just a piece of paper. That don't do nothing. Honey, that piece of paper holds a lot of weight. That piece of paper, that wedding license holds a lot of weight. Something happened, that 401k plan, that retirement, give it to me. Yeah, we get divorced. We've been married 20 years. You've been on that job 25 years. I get half of that money. Give it to me. The ones that pay child support and y'all stay on their neck, give it to me. Well, I can't live. I got we got 2 children together and I can't. Hand it here. Hand it here. The children stay here with me. I got to make sure they got a roof over their head. My car got to be running right. They got to have something to eat. They need shoes on their feet, clothes on their back. These boys growing like some weeds. They eat like some horses. Girls too. They want to be in sports. They want. Do you really just think the child support, the $300 or $400 you give a month, takes care of all of that? No. Hand it here. You working on the railroad. We done been together 15, 20 years. Hand it here. You slap the can the day or tomorrow. I got $1 million insurance policy on you. Hand it here. I ain't unalive you. You just probably from taking them little blue pills, them Viagra's. You didn't, your heart didn't conked out on you. I got $1 million policy on you. You got one on me. Hand it here. That piece of paper that you talking about don't mean nothing because you're married. It holds a lot of weight. You got to bury that sapsucker. Hey, kiss this ring. Hey, Trina, you got to bury that sapsucker. Do the girlfriend or the shacking up woman, the roommate, the live-in situation, we just live together, do she have any say so? Mm-mm. I'm the wife. Here's our marriage license. Y'all want to keep talking to her? Let her cover the funeral. His insurance policies, hand him here. Let her pay for the funeral. He gets sick. He in the hospital. Who you gonna call? Are you married to him? No, I'm his girlfriend. Is he married? Yes. Is he still legally married? Yes. Well, we need to talk to the wife. We can't give you no information. That legal piece of paper holds a lot of weight. So don't fool yourself and telling people, because you sound like a woman, like my mama say, sound like somebody with a paper behind. Don't sit up there and tell somebody that that's just a piece of paper. That piece of paper holds a lot of weight. I don't care what you say. That piece of paper can get things and do things for you that without a piece of paper can't do. I'm just telling you what God loves, and that's the truth. Whether you want to believe it or you don't. That piece of paper, that marriage license, holds weight. So you could be with that man for 20 years saying, well, I don't want to get married. That's just a piece of paper. You the fool. Come here, dummy. You the fool. Because that piece of paper holds a lot of weight. You may not pay but $60 for that paper. You may not pay but $60. I don't know how much a marriage license is now. I want to say we may have paid $40, $50, $60. It might be $75 or $100. That $100 piece of paper holds a lot of weight. It holds a lot of weight. It sure does. Yeah. It holds a lot of weight. Hey, loving my grandsons, how you doing? Welcome over, everybody. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody since I'm up here talking about shacking up with somebody. Yeah, so, I just be, over here talking, trying to make a lot of sense on stuff, about stuff that be going on in the world and topics, and people don't, sometimes we don't see stuff like that. We see it, but we don't understand it. And until somebody else is saying it, and it's coming out of their mouth and you listening, you be like, wait a minute. She kind of making sense. Yeah. Or the wife made the arrangement and the girlfriend want to come and try to do another obituary. Lord, I almost said something. Ooh, I almost said something. It couldn't be me, because I've been to say, itch. I'm getting ready to have you escorted up out of here. Y'all call the police. Escort her up out of here. She don't have no business being here. She don't have no part. She's not the wife. She's just the girlfriend. You might have one of them women like that. And you may have one of them wives that know you done been with him that many years, and they be like, okay, well, you done put up with him or whatever. You can have some insight on the funeral arrangements or whatever. Or the wife might not have no money. You might have the money. And she might just say, no, you go ahead and do it. You can do it just long as you put me and my children on the obituary as who we were. you know. But but that piece of paper holds a lot of weight for you. But for you to sit up there and say you've been living with this man for 20 years, y'all got 4, 5 children, and I think man then had a baby on you. I think he done had a baby on you. But anyway, um, and you satisfied with that, and you want to say that that don't that don't mean nothing. That piece of paper don't mean nothing. And out of the 20 years, he ain't upgraded you no better than your living situations. Your living situations is deplorable to be with a man, and he ain't. Y'all haven't upgraded your situation. You're begging, you're asking for help, but you got a man laying on side of you. Well, we don't know if he laying on side of you. That's the story you give. But you've been with this man for 20, 30 years, but you don't want to get married. That paper, that ain't nothing but a piece of paper. That don't mean nothing. That, yeah, da, 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 da. But yet still, you can give advice on somebody else that's dating a man that's married, that is separated from their wife or their husband. You can give some advice to this young lady, or you think you giving advice to this person that's dealing with a man that is married, still legally married, but they separated maybe over 5 years. Some could be 15 and 20 years. My thing is, why are you separated for 15 and 20 years and y'all haven't went ahead and finalized that and got that divorce? The only reason I could think of is, like I say, you work for somewhere like the railroad. You work for one of these energy companies that's been here for years. You work for somewhere like Halliburton, and you have to be, I know the railroad, you have to be married, stay married for so many years before you'll be able to touch their retirement. Maybe it's a situation like that. Or maybe I'm my own independent woman. I'm working every day. I don't need what you got. Long as you take care of the kids that we have together, I don't need that what you got. I'm going on. I'm not just to stick around here with you for 2 more years, and we almost to the point we fighting in front of our children. We throwing blows in front of our children and stuff like that. And we disrespecting each other, calling each other out our names and stuff. When it gets to that point, I don't care what. I'm gone. I'm gone. You gone. Somebody gone before somebody end up unalive and somebody end up in jail. Or you had these situations, I can't have you. Ain't nobody else gonna have you. I don't want to be in them kind of situations. No. No, 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 no. I see the news. People wonder why I watch the news. I watch the news because I want to see what's going on. And every time, when you think you done heard of some of the most unheard of, unimaginable things that people would do, here come a story that come out. Here come a story that come out. You're up there cutting people up and all that, putting them in suitcases and deep freezers and freezing them for years, and or the mom or the dad doing something to the children because trying to get the mom's attention. Don't you know? You saying if I can't have you, can't nobody else have you. Ain't nobody else gonna have you either. Because either my family going to end up taking care of you, or the system going to take care of you, and you ain't going to never get out. And hopefully one of my living relatives will be at your parole, your parole hearing, and say, no, don't let them out. No, don't let them out. As long as I got breath in my body, I'll be here every time. Nope, don't let them out. Nope, don't let them out. Have to be a situation like that. But yeah, that's what some of this stuff can get you into trouble that's easy to get into and it's hard to get out of. Or you, like I said, you shacking, you cohabitating, you roommating, living together, and you had the situation like the other day happened in Texas. The woman was disabled. I don't know what kind of disability she had. They were supposed to be married. He held that woman hostage for 5 years in her bedroom. 5 years. People, just when you thought you didn't heard it all, you hear something worse out. And y'all say, well, how she didn't get out? Well, we don't know what kind of disability she had. I mean, she could have had lupus. She could have had something that maybe half of the time she couldn't move. Or maybe she needed her walker to move around. He could have been and took the walker or the wheelchair where she couldn't get out the bed. But one other time she was able to call the police or whatever, but I think he must have, I don't know how the children was. He must have probably brainwashed the children, or you never know. She, was at the door and the police didn't take her seriously, or she probably changed her mind. Maybe he said that I'll unalive our children. So there she go, back to the bedroom. 5 years hostage in her own bedroom. What he fed her? Eggs. I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at me. That man would have fed me some eggs, child. He wouldn't have been able to stay in the room. I love eggs, but it would have been a bad situation in the room. He probably would have died from me passing gas, cause he would have died from that. But how she got out? He slipped up. And I don't know if he went down there to cook her some eggs, or he went in to take a shower. He left his cell phone on the nightstand. Y'all know how long that woman been praying for that cell phone to be left, or some kind of smoke signal she could have sent or something to be able to get some help. Where was her family? I don't know. Maybe they lived in another state. Maybe her family lived in another state. And he may have made excuses. Maybe they lived in another country. But he ended up getting out. But he had to go stay with his nephew. He was not allowed to go back to the house or whatever. But that cell phone got loose. And she was on the phone talking to 911. And he did the worst thing he could have did. He slapped her and slapped that phone out of her hand, and the phone went flying. And she must have help, whatever. Whatever she did, they came. Oh, is nothing going on? No, sir, let me speak to the woman that called. Let me speak to the woman or child that called. Oh, hey, everything okay? Ain't nothing going on? Ain't nothing going on? 911 just typing in. What didn't happen? Sir, I'm asking you, let me speak to the woman. Oh, everything going okay? They still there. Hit that button. Sir, I need to speak to the woman. They're not ready to alert the police. They just trying to get you to let them know what's going on so they can, maybe cancel the call. You too stupid to say, let them speak to her and say, you say something, I'll get you. No. Pop, 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 pop. That's how she was able to get out. He fooled around and found out. Left that cell phone on that dresser, and that woman was able to get out. But that happened right here in Texas. Galveston area, I think. Somewhere down that way. League City, one of them places. And who knows, he might have worked for NASA. If he lived down that way, he may have worked for NASA. So you can't put nothing past. And this Sose was his wife. This was his wife. So can you imagine if your husband would do something like that to you? What somebody you shacking up with, roommate or whatever? These men fly off the handle all the time, and so do women. But it's more so with the men do it to the women than the women do it to the men. There are some women that abuse their husbands and abuse men. And men have to go to homeless shelters and things of that nature. It's sad and they don't want to, let it be known, but it happens. You know? So, yeah. Child, honey, they do some of everything. You just never do know. Uh, if y'all like me, you're going to stay prayed up. You're going to stay prayed up. I'm almost scared to date these days. These men are crazy. I'm almost scared to date. And this particular story happened to a man. Nice looking man. Tall, nice good looking man. Had a nice car, nice BMW and all this kind of stuff. He was on a dating site. And the girl, she wanted some chicken from Timmy Chan's. So I guess he was going to go to her house, and she wanted some chicken from Timmy Chan's. Any of y'all heard of Timmy Chan's? I know it's Timmy Chan's in Houston. That's a Chinese chicken joint that sell their chicken and fried rice, vegetable fried rice for cheap. Some of them make gravy and rice and chicken wings, and that's pretty much what they sell. Broccoli beef and stuff like that. It's almost like set up like a Church's Chicken or a Popeye, something like a restaurant, something like that. But they be having them bulletproof windows, but they cook the food fast and all that. And I ain't gonna lie, the chicken wings and that rice be fire. If you go to the right one, it be good. It be good. One of them. Yeah. I would only get chicken wings and stuff from them. Well, I know it was a chicken. Now, whether they raised the chicken or who raised the chicken, I knew it was chicken and get the, the fried rice with the vegetables in it and the egg roll. That was it. That was the extent of my menu from them. But they food would be good. Seasoned. You would swear your grandma was back there seasoning the food. Now, sometimes they put a little bit over seasoned, but they season good. So all she wanted was, she asked him to bring her a chicken wing dinner. He got there, brought her the chicken wing dinner or whatever. Next thing you know, bow! Somebody then hit him in the back of the head. She set him up. She set him up to be robbed. And I don't know how they got that big tall man out of that apartment or whatever. But end up dumping him in the dumpster. So his family, he came up missing. Family tracked the cell phone and whatever. That was one a case that was easy to solve. They tracked the cell phone back to the apartment or whatever, and they end up finding him. And they, of course, it tracked back to her and the conversation, the text message and stuff. And her and the accomplice, they were arrested. But when you look at him and you looked on his Facebook page and down his pictures, well-dressed, nice young man. I think he had a nice job. Like I said, a nice BMW he stood by and drove and had a nice, decent job. And here you got Chicken Head over here, Pluck, that live in the projects. Not down on nobody live in the projects. But here, you over here, and you got somebody down here, you should have got with somebody on your level. But you was trying to be a slickster too, and probably trying to con her, but they end up getting you. And he lost his life over some bull crap. Over Timmy Chan's dinner. And they robbed him. Dumped him in the dumpster. I don't know if they set him on fire, whatever, but dumped him in the dumpster. And thank God they found him, I guess, before they got him off to them landfills or whatever. Yeah. You thought you was getting her, but they got you and robbed you. Sure did. So you just don't know you just don't know what these people will do. But my thing is, that was my thing. The shacking, the cohabitation, the living with somebody, uh, or the roommate. And like I say, roommate to me is when I was growing up and you had a good friend and y'all roomed together and it was these apartments and they were split. She had her bathroom and bedroom on one side. You have the living room, the living quarters in the middle, and the kitchen, which we shared that. And then on the other side, her bedroom and her bathroom. That was a roommate situation to me. That's what I thought. Or lived in a dormitory. The cohabitation, that's another thing. When I heard that word, I'm thinking dormitory life. But it doesn't mean that. The shacking was something that came up in the 1900s. And that's what, I don't know what other races, but black folks use that term a lot. You ain't gonna be shacking up with that man or that. You ain't gonna be, no, you don't do that. Because a lot of people, when they were brought up, they started getting married at 12 and 13 years old. You know, because when you start, if you started sleeping with a man that early or whatever, what they call you, they say you were spoiled. So you had a name on your back. Ain't no man wanted you. All the men that come in town, or the men in town, when they wanted a good time, they go sleep with the spoiled woman. They don't bring that home to their wife. You were considered spoiled. You wasn't no good. But that's why a lot of people got married real young. Because the men wanted a virgin. They didn't want no woman that didn't been around and everybody passed through and ran through. They didn't want that. So that's why people got married back in the day. You ain't just really hear nobody too much staying with nobody. They got married. But today society, people don't want to get married. They want to cohabitate, live together. But whatever you do, that's your preference. But I'm just saying, don't say, because you sound stupid, that a marriage license is just a piece of paper. That piece of paper have more benefits than you not having that piece of paper. It has more benefits. So, think about it. We have kids coming up. You have children growing up. Yeah, everybody may not be able to be married, but let them know the right way and the wrong way to do stuff. But at least you told them. At least you taught them. Now, if they go do something, the same thing as pregnancy, teen pregnancy. You teach them. No, don't do this. Or you take them to the doctor, you put them on birth control pills. That don't stop. Birth control pills don't stop STDs. But you teach them about that. You teach them about a lot of stuff. You teach them not to steal. You teach them not to rob or to unalive somebody. You teach them a lot of stuff. You know. So why not teach that as well? And then if they get grown and make their own decisions, you take your hand off of it. You didn't told them. You didn't told them. But if you haven't told them, then that's on you. That's on you. Because at least, y'all be on the phone gossiping. Yeah, girl, yeah, I done told them. I done showed them. I done told them this, that, and other. They grown now. They do what they want to do. I can't tell them nothing. But I taught them. I told them. And they just have to go with that. But yeah, when I heard that marriage was just a piece of paper, that I said, oh, I got to talk about that. Because that piece of paper has its privileges. It holds weight. It holds a lot of weight. And even, you may have gotten married in the church. Like Johnny Taylor says, it's cheaper to keep her. When you go in front of that judge or whatever, and you got to put your assets down there or whatever, and that judge got to grant you that divorce or whatever, that piece of paper hold weight. Because it depends on what you got, what you own, going to determine what you going to get. What Michael Jordan's wife, David said that she had got the biggest what is it, settlement money for when she divorced Michael Jordan. She got the most that anybody has ever won in a divorce. I don't think it's now she ain't the biggest one because I think what's his name, Jeff Bezos. I think his wife. I think that woman cleaned up. That woman cleaned up like a fat cat. That woman cleaned up like a fat cat. So when you sit around and say that piece of paper don't have no weight or no merit, you think of the Michael Jordans and them Jeff Bezos. Your spouse may not make that kind of money, but you know, he or she gonna have to get up off of it. They gonna have to get up off of it. So that's it for me, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the topic. Y'all put in the chat or leave a comment. Hey, friend. I don't know if you want to call your name out, but hey, friend. That's somebody I've been working with. Don't say my name on here, cause they don't know my name just yet. Cause we got some trolls on here that love to. They might be trying to call you and ask you about me. So don't say it. You know where I work at. Don't say it. I'm gonna leave that out for here. Let them do their homework and pay somebody to find out about me. I'll tell you what I want you to know. I'm not hiding anything. I don't have nothing to hide. But I tell you what I want you to know on here. And when I get ready to tell you the rest, I will. I don't have nothing to hide. Because you gonna end up, what you gonna do, you gonna fool around and find out and gonna wish you hadn't waste your money and spent your money. Because when you gonna find out, you're gonna say, God, dog, did she ever do anything? No. Sure didn't. So don't waste your money. But that's why I say, they don't need to know all that. I'll tell them in due time. It may be another giveaway, but they gonna have to guess. And I'll give, but the only reason why I say that, no, truthfully, I say that because the ones that know, that's been here and that's following me and decide to follow me or whatever, they know the turmoil. They know how these people are ruthless. They know how people have even pulled up people's parents' obituaries, calling people jobs, medical records, putting people's social security number out here. You got people that look up stuff for people like that just for a little or nothing, just want a few dollars. That's all they want. And they do that. So when I started my channel, I knew some of this stuff that what could happen. But my channel got started because God laid it on my heart that I had something to share with people. I had some testimonies. I had stuff that could help people. So I'm not going to say I'm the chosen one, because we all are chosen ones. We all are God's children. But I know I'm a special one. I'm a special one. I'm a special one. And like I said, when I started my channel, it was because God moved me. And some of the people on here, some of the ladies, when I would get on certain people panel, they like to hear me talk. And they was asking me, they say, you ought to start your channel. I say, y'all, I've been thinking about it. I say, but when God moves me, I'll start it. And so that's what I did. So, weapons may form, but that don't mean they're going to prosper. So not saying people, one of the other content creators, one of the young ladies, we kind of started around the same time. She was on the other day. Somebody said something insulting in her comments. And I'm not going to call you out, sweetie, because you know who you are. And you started your ministry on here and spreading the word of God and stuff like that. And the devil don't like that. The devil don't like that, because you get into the word and you really be speaking it. And the devil don't like that, so he gonna send his demons and stuff. Y'all see my eye? Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's closed. I done had some fools come over here. What's wrong with your eye? Then somebody called me a galaxy eye. I got pissed off when they said it. Because I said, it's insulting. But you know what? I thought about it. And I said, Lord, why people got to be so evil and cruel? God say, take their evil and turn it for good. So guess what? I adopted my galaxy eye. So now, I call it my galaxy eye. So, I took the evil and turned it into good. Somebody called me fat one day. No, he say, where all the fat girls at, where all the fat girls at for their income tax checks? I read his comment. I say, what? Where all the fat girls at so you can get their income tax check? I started laughing. I say, child, I don't know where they at. I say, but if you over here this fat girl chat and you thinking you get my income tax check, I done dissected that check up in so many pieces, and what ain't paid for something, the rest is in the bank. I say, so this fat girl, you ain't getting her check. You ain't getting a piece of it. So I guess you better keep looking for the fat girl and you can get her income tax check. And the fool came back again. But do you think I let him get up under my skin? I don't know. Y'all might have been on here. I told him, I said, well, this fat girl, you ain't getting her check. Mine is paid what it need to pay. And if the few nickels I had left, I put them in the bank for hard times. So I'm sorry. You ain't getting it. You're not the one. So people insult you. Somebody called me bald-headed just this week. I say, you calling me bald-head? I say, first of all, in order to put this on the back of my head. Okay, sorry about that. That was a phone call. I said, in order to put this on the back of my head, you got to have some hair to be long enough to go in there. I say, so I'm not bald-headed. I say, but that remark you made to me, you don't know if I'm sick. You don't know if I'm going through something. You don't know why my hair is the way it is. I say, but I'm not bald-headed by far. I say, but I hope that you have some hair on your head. I hope you're not sick. I hope you don't know somebody that's sick. I hope you don't know somebody that's dealing with cancer that don't have no hair and they bald-headed. I say, but God bless you. I left it at that. Why am I arguing with that fool? Why should I argue with that fool? No. So that's why I say, I'm going to meet you where you're at. So you come over here with that foolishness, I'm a reciprocate. I'm going to give it back to you. And then I'm going to keep warning you. I'm going to give you about 3 warnings. I'm either time you out till tomorrow and you come back and give me a view. I'm either block you or I'm going to let you stay and I'm going to give you your medicine. And when I give you your medicine, I'm going to tear you off so bad. It's going to be nice, nasty. But I ain't going to even have to use a cuss word. And I might waste the other people's time because I'm on here 10 minutes reading you your rights. But I prefer not to do that. I want my channel to be peaceful, calm. And we going to have the people to say things they don't have no business. But to the other content creator, keep going. Keep going. We in getting this. We knew. So they going to try all kind of things. These people are miserable. These people are miserable that hurl these insults. My channel is not for kids. I have it set for no kids. Therefore, you have to be 25 and older to be in my chat. So that means these are older people. We have a way of seeing the ages of our audience. And a lot of times, the audience, more of the people, sometimes be 55 and older. So it don't be the young kids and the young people. These are old people that's at home, that's viewing you, that are miserable. This is a Saturday night. It's a lot of people at home that don't go out or whatever. But you'll have some that'll come in your chat and try to insult you. Try to get you off of what you're talking about. So I say to you, sister, I'm going to take your hand. You take my hand. We're going to hold hands and we're going to pull each other through. Because if the Lord laid it on your heart to do this and to spread word about his name and witness for him, that's what you do. I'm not a preacher. I don't proclaim to be. I probably can't even quote you a scripture out the Bible. But I bet you my knees and elbows are rusty because I know how to call on him. I know how to call on him. And for what I've been through these years of my life, oh, can't nobody tell me about Jesus. Can't nobody tell me. Nobody. You can't tell me nothing wrong. You can't make me not believe. You can't make me not trust. You can't make me not do nothing. Because I know where my help come from. I know where it came from. I wouldn't be here, Lord bless, knock on wood. 59 years come next month on the 13th. I done been through some treacherous waters with illness. And he has brought me through. I done been through some tsunamis. I always refer myself as Job. God has taken his hand off of me a couple of times to see what I was going to do. And baby, I held on tight. Many a days. God. I trust you. I'm going to follow you. Whatever I'm going to trust you. Holding on tight. You ain't supposed to make me not believe. So they come to distract us. They come to do things. Do your commentary. Like I'm doing my commentary. Stay out the mess. Stay out the drama. We doing our thing. I think I'm doing my thing. I've sent personal messages to people. Please join my YouTube channel that I know. And people have been joining. I'm going to get back on that to get to my 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, it's not paying no bills here. When I gave a giveaway the other day, that was my money. That wasn't YouTube money. YouTube ain't paid me not one red cent. I got to get 4,000 watch hours. That means people looking at me. I got to get 4,000 of them. I need 1,000 people to believe in me to join my channel so that I can become monetized. I got to get both of them. I got to get 4,000 watch hours plus the 1,000. And the watch hours to me is easier to get than the subscribers. So I got to appeal to strangers watching me or viewing my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'm new. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get somewhere. And I have friends that won't join or won't come or won't do anything. But you know what? It's always, and I don't know where God gonna take me. Who knows? I might be a millionaire next year. But guess who? Them same ones that didn't want to help me when I was down will be the same ones to try to come up and, girl, you know we've been friends for all these years. But you know what? The ones that started out me at the bottom, those are the ones I'm gonna take with me to the top, and I will remember. Yeah. So my plea to everybody, if you're new, you're viewing my channel, and you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, get your children, get their phones, subscribe to my channel. They don't even have to watch me. I just need the subscriptions. And who knows, one day they may come by and see me and say, hey, I'm going to see what she's talking about. You know, so tell everybody. Come on over to Classy Lady. We be talking over here. We be having good conversations. And those who have not watched some of my videos and some of my shorts, they're all titled. So you can pick and choose which one you want to listen to. You could be folding clothes, put me on. You could be ironing, put me on. You could be washing dishes, put me on. You could be taking a bubble bath. Put me on for an hour. That'll give you time to get in the tub, soak for a little bit, get on out. You could be perming your hair. You could be cutting your hair. Hey, tune in the class later, see what she talking about on one of them videos. Why she have maybe 1,000 people didn't watch her video or whatever. Or maybe she got 200. Maybe the 200 may be more interesting than the one that have 1,000. So I'm just pleading out to y'all. Thank the ones that have been with me from day one. Thank y'all for the ones that are coming on with me now. I'm thanking y'all the ones that's going to be here in the future. Y'all continue to support me. I really appreciate it. Don't nobody go unnoticed. And I try to shout you out. Now, being that the phone rung, it knocked my people out. I ain't rich enough right now to have a second cell phone. I don't even have a tablet. So I'm only working with this one Android phone, which some of y'all with y'all iPhones laugh at me. But anyway, I'm working with this one Android phone. I don't have a tablet and I don't have a second phone. I can get a second line, but I want to see where this thing go before I start investing money, and I want to see where it go. So I can't see who's new in the chat right now. I can only see the numbers. So with that being said, I've been on here an hour and a half. I'm not going to take any more of y'all time, but I am Classy Lady. Hit the like button, which is the thumbs up button. Double tap the screen. Hit me in the face. It'll change the numbers. And hit the notification bell so that when I come on, you can tap on in and listen. You don't always have to drop down, but I would like for you to drop down and engage in the conversation and say hello. So, same channel, same time, Lord say the same, 8 o'clock. And Lord say the same, I will see y'all tomorrow. I don't like to say bye, so I will say later.